The wrong type of lighting can ruin the mood of a room, and right now we have some windows and a couple nightstands to work with. And while we've made a lot of progress in this bedroom, we've replaced pretty much everything in this room, from the floors to the walls to the ceiling to the windows and trim work. So not only do we want the world's coziest bedroom by hand making and refinishing all the furniture in here, we also want this room to be super functional. And while many think they need warm lighting for a space like a bedroom and cool lighting for a space like a bathroom, that's not the case, because there are moments to be productive and moments to be relaxed in every space in a home. So to give this bedroom a much needed upgrade, I'm going to show you how I installed this smart ceiling fan. First, I'm going to attach the 5 blades to the ceiling fan body. These blades are reversible, so you can either select the front or the back side according to your preference. I prefer the darker side with a bit of a grain because it's going to hide the dust a bit better. And I'm making sure the slots line with each other so I can zip them together pretty quickly. Also, if you're hesitant to purchase a new light fixture because perhaps you don't know how to install one, not only can this how-to hopefully assist you, but you also have a discount code for this fan, and I'll share it in the description. Many ceiling fans come with an option to install a long down rod for a high ceiling or a vaulted ceiling, but because we have an 8-foot flat ceiling, I'm going to swap out a longer down rod for a shorter one and attach the down rod ball so that way the fan doesn't hang too low. Typically you want it to be about 7 feet above the floor. So I remove the pin, loosen the screws, switch out the rod, reinsert the pin, and we're ready to attach this thing to the ceiling fan body. Then I grab the canopy that'll cover the bracket on the ceiling and the yoke cover that'll conceal the part that attaches the rod to the ceiling fan body. Then I carefully slide all the wires through the rod, and this is a bit tricky, trying to get the pin to run through the rod without getting caught up with all the wires inside. And once I fish everything through, I can tighten the screws and reinsert the pin so the rod is attached to the rest of the body. Then it's time to take apart the old ceiling fan, which consists of turning off the power, twisting things counterclockwise until they start coming loose basically, disconnect the hot, neutral, and ground wires by twisting the caps off, and taking off the old bracket for the old fixture by unscrewing it from the ceiling. Then I replace it with the new bracket by making sure I'm screwing it into something that can support the entire fan. And once the new bracket is installed, I want to make sure my hot, neutral, and ground wires are all accessible for connections I'm about to make. And the most exciting part is lifting the entire ceiling fan into place, and all I gotta do is find that groove for it to just almost drop into place and it'll lock right in. It's recommended to have about 2 people around to install a ceiling fan, but you can see I was able to lift this up by myself while holding a camera, so it's not too heavy or difficult to lift. Then I connect the ground wires to each other, which are typically the green ones, then the black wires to each other along with the white ones with each other. Then connecting the light kit is as simple as plugging it in, and then I can twist it into place until I hear that click. Once I hear that sound, the fan is completely assembled. So let's go flip the breaker back on and turn that light switch on, and boom, it works. I started my electrician work kind of like Brian from Anchorman, where it works 60% of the time, every time. I'm a bit better now, but I'm still at the point where I get really happy when a light fixture turns on my first try after installing it. But that's not even the coolest part, because there are so many functions on this remote where I can just adjust the fan speed, brightness, and my favorite part is the light temperature control, and I found a color range to be much better than I expected. But there's even more functions to control if you install the DREO app. But before we get into that, let's clean up this mess, because this is our brand new bedroom and not my workshop. And guys, if you're listening, cleaning up is the most underrated part of this entire process. I'm super happy with this fan, but let's create an account so I can show you some of the functions on the app, which includes everything on the remote control, but you can also set up schedules and scenes, so the options are pretty much limitless. And the stepless temperature and brightness control makes it so convenient to stay comfortable, and allows us to enjoy the different scenes throughout the day to help establish a certain mood. So upgrade your ceiling fan to DREO. This isn't sponsored, but there's a link in my description and you can use a discount code there as well. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching.